So, knowing the Republicans have all the control to take the House and therefore the government from us in 2022, thanks to partisan redistricting, what do? Well, first of all, we work really hard to support grassroots activism in the states where redistricting is happening. All on the Line and Indivisible are already on the ground with campaigns to put pressure on Republicans for being too aggressive with their map redistricting. Now, that's not to say we can count on Republicans to suddenly care about the will of the people, but the very worst grievances against democracy happen in the shadows, and these organizations are working really hard to keep pressure on those looking to disenfranchise the American voter. More importantly, though, we absolutely must pass the For the People Act, which is the updated John Lewis Rights Voting Act, and we have to do it immediately. The For the People Act bans partisan gerrymandering. And if we can get it passed quickly enough, we can implement it before the district lines are redrawn. In fact, the law would ban any map that favored one political party over another. Who wouldn't want that? It would also ban dark money in politics, so no more secret groups funding candidates to the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars. It implements automatic voter registration and stops the Republicans' malicious efforts to roll back voters' rights, as well as ridding us of any laws that have already been put in place to make it harder for people to vote. The For the People's Act is wildly popular. In fact, 2/3 of the country support it. It might be the most important piece of legislation that is in front of Congress. We must decide, do we want a rigged system that favors the minority, because that's the way we've always done it, or do we want to unrig our democracy and create an even playing field where voters have the power? Dan Pfeiffer of Crooked Media doesn't mince words. He says, if the Democrats don't pass the bill while they have the chance, it will be one of the greatest mistakes any political party has ever made. We currently have unified control of government, but if we don't strike now, we could lose power for a decade, starting in 2022. It's looking more and more like 2020 was simply a stopgap to the complete destruction of American democracy. Democrats need to win in 2022 to keep democracy itself afloat, and making elections fair is, ironically, probably the only way to do that. It doesn't matter how hard we work or how many more of us there are if the game is completely rigged against us. And we are so close to that being the case.